Let's get into this one right here. Was Shaq overrated? We'll get into this. Was Shaquille O'Neal overrated his career? And that's that's really hard to say. I mean, that would be, I don't know, just saying that in Shaq. It's Shaq. Was he overrated? A three-peat and then another championship. It's hard to say any player was overrated. And most people, as they remember Shaq, the most dominant player, I think that right there is the part where we're going to investigate as him being overrated. The most dominant of all time. Not him, and not his career. I think that would be false if we said his career was overrated, because we already know, no, Shaq's career was not overrated. But the most dominant force and dominant player of all time, it's not even going to be close, folks. Check this out. So we know Shaq came into the league in 92, and this is what we're going to look at first. The All-NBA. The All-NBA. And you got to remember, I think All-NBA third team came in 89. 89, if I'm mistaken. So Shaq wasn't on the All-NBA team in 93. Not even a third team, folks. Not even a third team. There are a lot of guys who came into the league and made All-NBA first team, their first year, second team, or third team. For instance, if I ain't mistaken, Wilt Chamberlain was on All-NBA his first, I want to say 4 seasons. Was on first team. Either it was 3 or 4. That's what Wilt was on. And I think he was off the first team in 65. And I think he was back on there like 3 or 4 straight years. But Wilt never made a third team. Wilt Chamberlain, it wasn't no third team back then. But even if it was, Wilt Chamberlain was not going to make a third team. And I don't want to hear about no competition. Wilt Chamberlain, I don't care if he's going against Shaq's competition, Ewing, who is it, David Robinson, Hakeem, Lonzo Mourning. Wilt Chamberlain is not making no third team. He just ain't. Third team is basically I don't even know what that is. There's no All-NBA defensive third team. So I don't even know why they came out with a third team in the first. That's like I don't know. It's like a feel sorry for you team. I don't know what the hell that is. And many guys back in the day, before the third team came about, they would tell you that too. It's like third team. So his first year, Shaq didn't make All-NBA. And who made it in front of him? Hakeem, Patrick Ewing, and David Robinson. So he wasn't dominant over those guys, especially a third team guy, David Robinson. The next season, 94. Michael Jordan's out of the league. 93, 94. Hakeem was first team. David Robinson was second team. And then you have Shaq was third team. And no offense, again, a third team is it would be a laugher back in the day before 89. Again, it's a feel sorry for you team. But nevertheless, we'll stop saying that. It's kind of disrespect, but I just the 1 and 2 is the best. The 2 is like the runner-up. So 3 is like third place. So he wasn't, his second year, he wasn't better than Hakeem, and he wasn't better than David Robinson. 95, 94, 95, David Robinson. Okay? David Robinson is first team. Shaq, second team. So Shaq jumps up to second team, and Hakeem goes to third team. Well, we already know what happened this year. It was a butt kicking. We don't know if Hakeem was pissed off about this, but this was the year Hakeem won the championship. Where he beat Patrick Ewing, who didn't even make an All-NBA 95, 96. David Robinson. Keep sleeping on David Robinson. Hakeem is second team, and Shaq is down to third team, folks. So already, 93, 94, 95, and we're at 96. This was a year where Shaq went to, no, it was like, hold on. Oh yeah, Shaq went to the championship in 95 and got beat. Did I skip one? No. So Shaq hasn't been first team since he came into the league. So 93 didn't make it, 94, 95, we're on 96, 4 seasons, and Shaq hasn't made all NBA first team, basically over Robinson or Hakeem, who keeps sliding up there. 96, 97, Hakeem is back on first team, and Patrick Ewing is on second team, and Shaq is on third team. What? '97, '98. Finally, we got Shaq on the first team. And then David Robinson was on the second. And Dikembe Mutombo is on the third. Short season, 98, 99. Alonzo Mourning. Folks, Alonzo Mourning beats him out for the first team honors. Beats out Shaq. Beats out Shaq. And Shaq is 2 on the second team. Hakeem is on the third. So we all know it's from 2000. I want to say until about 2008, if I ain't mistaken. Shaq continues to be on the first team. So out of a possible 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 7 effing years. 7 years. Shaq was on All NBA first team 1 time. And 1 time, Alonzo Mourning beat him out. You can take, David Robinson or Hakeem beating him out, and I'm not trying to disrespect Alonzo Mourning. But if you're the most dominant player of all time, 1 time out of 7 years, you're on All NBA first team, and dude has a lot of third teams. I mean, this isn't dominant, folks. This is overrated. So again, 1, I want to see how many times he was on the third. 2, 3, 3 times. From 93 all the way until 99, he was 3 times. Golly, man, this. So okay, once he jumps on the All NBA first team, and we already know from what let me see, from 2000, Shaq. 2001. Oh goodness. Hold on for a second. Being sabotaged. 2000. 2001. 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, the center competition was really, really bad. His center competition was in 7. He didn't even make All NBA. I don't know if he was hurt or what. 8, he didn't make All NBA. He made it in 2009. So let's go over here and look at all NBA defensive team right here. And so you're trying to tell all NBA is, I don't know. Sometimes it's more of an offensive player type of thing than anything to me sometimes. But all NBA 92, 93, David Robinson and Hakeem. 94, David Robinson, Hakeem. 95, David Robinson, Dikembe Mutombo. 96, David Robinson and Hakeem, because it's only two teams. 97, Dikembe Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon. 98, Dikembe Mutombo, David Robinson. 99, Alonzo Mourning and Dikembe Mutombo. 2000, Shaq does make the second team, but Alonzo Mourning makes the first. 2001, Dikembe Mutombo makes the first team. Shaq makes the second. 2002, I think Ben Wallace is the center. I don't know how they got this. Kevin Garnett and Ben Wallace and Tim. I don't know who the hell is the center right here. Dikembe Mutombo, second team. 2003, Shaq does get on the second team. 2004, Shaq ain't on no team. 5, Shaq ain't on no team. 6, Shaq ain't on no team. So Shaq ain't gonna show up on no team. I think he made like 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 second defensive tackles. This is the most dominant force of all time. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. This guy ain't even close to being the most dominant force of all time. Even if they had all NBA teams back in the 60s. Okay. Guess what? He ain't gonna be on nothing less than the second team. He'll always be on one of those teams, if not first. While leading the league in scoring, while leading the league in rebounds a lot of times, while leading the league in blocks a lot of times. Defensive player of the year, majority of the time is on all NBA first team. Never gonna sniff a third team, even if they have it. And I know it just shows how great the center competition was back then, folks. These guys he was going against was the Patrick Ewings, you know what I'm saying? The David Robinsons, the Hakeem Olajuwons. These are the guys that were going to the championship game when Michael Jordan retired. When he retired the first time, and then when he retired the second time. This was what was so incredible about it. The Shaqs, the David Robinsons, the Hakeems, and the Patrick Ewings. They were the ones going to the NBA Finals when Michael Jordan wasn't there in the 90s. Something a lot of LeBron fans don't get. It just ain't a coincidence. Once Kobe got Paul Gasol, he went to the NBA Finals. And I'm not trying to say Paul Gasol was, Hall of Famer at that time or a future Hall of Famer, but it just goes to show Michael Jordan didn't need a big man to win. In the 90s especially, you needed a big man to be dominant, to win a championship. Michael Jordan didn't need that. Well, he didn't need a dominant big man. Of course, he needed a big man, but not a dominant big man. So, I'm just saying, if it don't matter his competition. It don't matter Shaq's competition. It really don't. If he said he's the most dominant player of all time, and they call him the most dominant player of all time, but he was on the All-NBA first team one time in like 7 years. And if I'm mistaken, he was on All-NBA third team. 3 times in those 7 years? Give me a break, man. And he was never on the first team, all defensive. He wasn't even on the All NBA defensive team in those 7 years. You can say that Shaq had one of the most luckiest careers of all time. The luckiest. Imagine the Portland don't blow that damn lead. It was like a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. It was like ridiculous. That run doesn't even start the three-peat. Imagine if Kobe don't come along and wake the hell up. Right? Imagine if Kobe don't go to, he goes wherever he was going to go initially. Somebody said it was Jersey. Or was it Philly? Something. I don't know what it was. I know he didn't want to go wherever he was going. A lot of people say, no, it was Jerry West. They got him over there. You guys got to stop. He can go wherever he wants to go. I mean, like, if he said, no, I don't want to go over there, Jerry. I want to be my own man. I want to be in control. I want to start. Like some of the high school players were doing in the 90s. They were coming, some were, some wasn't. But some of them was coming into the league, and they were starting on bad teams. This is how it was, folks. He had an opportunity to do that, too. Go to a bad team and go start. But he didn't want to. He didn't do it. So, I always say that's what messes it up for me as far as like his ranking. You know what I'm saying? Not as a great player, but the fact that it took that period. I don't know. It was almost like a damn, 8-9 year period where he separated from Shaq. So, you got to take that in account when I talk about my rankings. Now I got him at 4, like I said, with Bill Russell, but I don't know, man. I'm not for sure. That's a hell of a duel. Crushing duel in the NBA to me, especially, when all the good center competition already left. They were done. Who'd you have? The Dikembe Mutombo, who had no offensive skills, and you had Alonzo Mourning, who didn't even play in the damn West. He didn't play in the West. So they didn't have no great centers after that like that. And it ain't got nothing to do with winning championships at all. I'm just saying, as far as all NBA teams, this guy was not dominant. It shows right there on the all NBA teams. He wasn't this dominant player. And like I said, he had too many third teams. And to me, he had too many in the 90s. He had too many third teams. He missed a year, his first year. He was dominant. He could at least made a third team. Michael Jordan made the second team his first year, showing how dominant he could be. And we already know about how many times Shaq got swept. He already got swept all these times. So, I like I said, this guy, Mr. Lucky Career, not as an all-time great player, but I'm talking about career-wise. Him winning those championships, it's a lot of luck with his career, folks. A lot of luck. As far as his competition at that center spot expired. It basically expired. And he could have been more dominant. He could have made All-NBA defensive team, first team, if he was that dominant. And he could have won more scoring titles, more, block titles, whatever. That would show dominance. So, you guys tell me we know about all the times he was swept too.